Hi guys, welcome and what a day. We have a massive game tonight against Sevilla. Whenever we face Sevilla in Europe is an absolute stunning spectacle. And we remember from the last meeting we had with Sevilla in the Europa League where we lost 2 goals to 1. It was a terrible game. We had loads of chances to score and we couldn't score. And at the end of the day, Sevilla won the game 2 goals to 1, and we were knocked out of the Europa League semi-final against Sevilla in 2020. Now we have another opportunity for atonement, obviously against Sevilla again at Old Trafford. But we're going to be, playing this game in a very difficult situation because there is no Marcus Rashford. Our top scorer with 28 goals this season is missing through some say it's a groin injury, some say it's a muscle injury, but you know what? He's going to be missing our game against Sevilla. And according to the reports from Eric Ten Hag in his press conference yesterday, he spoke about the possibilities of Marcus Rashford missing, some games. And, on the club website, we also saw that Marcus Rashford will be back in the running. But we're already in the running, and there's no Marcus Rashford. And we know Martial, superb player. He was back in the weekend against Everton and he scored. What a great goal for his confidence and for the team. But, Martial has not been fit this season. He's been here and there. Not really our first striker, if I'm going to put it that way, because we signed Val Vegas on loan from Burnley and he started every game since he's coming to the club, except the game against Everton. So we have a difficult game tonight against Sevilla. So what do you think? Do you think with Marcus Rashford missing out, who is our most important player this season, Marcus Rashford, he's going to be missing out. Do you feel that we have what it takes to beat Sevilla at Old Trafford? Don't forget, in a week's time, we're going to be facing Sevilla away in the Ramos Sanchez Pujan Stadium in Spain, which is a difficult stadium to play. What do you think? Do you feel we have what it takes to beat Sevilla at Old Trafford? Just put your comments, in the box, and obviously we would get back to you and also converse more about the game. So we lost to these guys, and we have the opportunity for an absolute atonement tonight. And we've had a superb record in Europe, apart from the loss against Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. We've barely won every game and we've not lost. So that's a superb record going into this game. And let's not forget, Christian Eriksen is back and Casemiro is also back. Casemiro has been missing for 4 games after the suspension. He got in the game in the Premier League where he was going to be missing 4 games. He missed the cup game against Fulham, and then he also missed the 3 league games, which we found a way. Eric Ten Hag, superb guy, he found a way to play without Casemiro, where Bruno Fernandes was deployed in a deep line playing role where he was able to dictate things, and then we were very good. But now Casemiro is back, who is the most important player for Manchester United this season. I know Marcus Rashford has been scoring all the goals. Credit to Marcus, great guy. He's been scoring for us, phenomenal player. But what Casemiro does at the middle of the park, wow, superb guy. He breaks everything down. Like he was in at Madrid when he was playing in the Spanish capital. He was everywhere. And we've had that opportunity to see Casemiro in all his glory this season at United. He's been, out of this world. He's been also popping up with the goals. He's got 5 goals this season, which is fantastic for the defensive midfielder. Let's not forget we've had midfielders who, apart from Bruno Fernandes, who is a great goal scoring midfielder. We've had midfielders in the past who are not typically goal scorers, but Casemiro is popping the goals left, right, center. He's scoring from outside the box on the FA Cup game against Reading. He's scoring with his head, in the League Cup against Nottingham Forest. And then let's not forget that stupendous header against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where we rescued a 1-1 draw with Chelsea, back last year. So, he's back. And Christian Eriksen, who, great signing. We signed him on a free and he's been amazing. Christian Eriksen. He was back over the weekend against Everton to a standing ovation at Old Trafford. Everyone was happy to see him. You needed to see them in the stadium clapping, and I mean even the guys watching over the TV were also clapping for Christian Eriksen because he has been missing out for what 3 months since January where he had an injury against Reading. I mean dangerous and stupid tackle from Andy Carroll. I mean, Carroll came into that game to, disrupt our play and then injure our players. How sad. Anyways, Christian Eriksen is back, and we're buzzing to have him because he's a great player. 6 Premier League assists. I mean, he treats the ball, so gently. He treats the ball in a very friendly manner. And when you have such kind of players in your team who are very technical, who know how to play with the ball very well. I mean, you're always gonna have more possession, and when you're in the final thought, he's that guy who is always gonna pick out those passes, those little pockets of space, which our players, apart from Bruno Fernandes, who is actually great at that, our players are not very precise when it comes to playing in the pockets, which is Christian Eriksen's. I mean, that's his strength. He knows how to do that. He's been doing that at Ajax. He did that at Tottenham Hotspur. He did that at Inter Milan, where he won the Scudetto, under Antonio Conte. But now he's back in the Premier League. He did a good job with Brentford last season, and now he's with us at United. What a great signing! And Ben Hag will always say he's a very important player. So, what do you think our lineup is going to be tomorrow? You cannot forget we are actually facing 4 different teams from the same country. I mean, when has this happened before? 4 different teams. We faced 4 Spanish teams, in the Europa League. I mean, let's do the count. We faced Real Sociedad. We faced FC Barcelona. We faced Real Betis. And now we're facing Sevilla. Top Spanish teams. The last team to have such kind of a scenario was Leeds, and far back year 2001 season in the Champions League. I mean, it's far back. Okay, it's far back, and now we are facing another Spanish opposition. And I know if history will serve us right, we've in the past struggled against Spanish oppositions. I mean, we've not really had the best of luck against Spanish opposition. Let's not forget the Europa League final in next against Villarreal, where we had him in the penalty shootout. It wasn't going to end. And, the legend says if we keep on playing that penalty shootout till today, we're going to find it very difficult to score. To win the penalty shootout because scoring was not a problem. But we weren't saving any. David Gea wasn't saving any. The penalties were just going left, right, center, wherever. And we've had a problem with Villarreal. We've had a problem with Sevilla, like I mentioned earlier, in the show. And let's not forget, our deals with Real Madrid in the Champions League. Who can forget the robbery? In 2013, at Old Trafford, where Nani, he was given a red card. Konet Kaki, I mean, he's retired now, the Turkish referee. He gave Nani a red card, and we lost that game. We were knocked out of the Champions League. We started very well. Let's not forget we had a good game at the Bernabeu, 1-1, Danny Welbeck header. And then we came to Old Trafford. Nani gets a red card, and it's done. It's curtains. We couldn't come back into the game and Real Madrid. So we've not had the best of luck. And let's not forget, Barcelona, we played Barcelona in the Champions League final, back to back, and they beat us. Even at Wembley in England, they beat us. So we have an opportunity to beat a Spanish opposition against Sevilla. I'm trust me, I'm looking forward to that. I know it's going to be very difficult with Marcus Rashford missing because he's our star man, our top scorer. Last season when Ronnie Ronaldo was in the team and everything happened with Ten Hag last year, with the interview with PS and all that, it was always going to be, where are the goals going to come in? Because you're shipping out a player who scored 20 plus goals in all competitions last season. Where are the goals going to come in? Who are you getting to replace Ronaldo? And Marcus Rashford, since the World Cup, just hit another gear. He's been absolutely fantastic. He's been scoring goals, and our top scorer is gonna be amazing. Like I said, what's your lineup? What's gonna be your lineup? What do you think? Eric Ten Hag is gonna be putting out, tonight, obviously, and normally, the defense always, you know, evens himself with, we know how he was set up, a left-sided center back. I know Luke Shaw is missing with an injury, so definitely Balassi is going to start. I don't know about the right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka had a great game against Everton, but now it's Europe, European competition, and I don't know, Dallo might get the nod. But I think the midfield. My pick is we have great options in the midfield. Scott McTominay is scoring left, right, center. He's good. Bruno Fernandes, what a great player. Casemiro, is back. Christian Eriksen is back. But in the attack, that's where we're going to be having issues because Eric Ten Hag, yesterday in his press conference was talking about the fact that Anthony Martial is ready, to start the game, but we have to be very careful with him. Let's not forget Martial has missed, loads of games this season, and we're happy to have him back. But we also have to be careful with Anthony Martial, I beg your pardon, and Val Vegas, who has been ever present in Eric Ten Hag's team, since his coming on loan. Do you think he's going to be starting, Val Vegas, at the top of the pitch, or we're going to be playing Anthony Martial with Jadon Sancho on the left and Anthony, who is on a short right winger on the right? What do you think? There's no Garnacho, who is obviously injured. So, yep, we have few options up front. Elanga, Martial, Anthony, Sancho, and Val Vegas. I think that's okay. Yeah, Pelestri, who is on the right side, is a very good player, but we've not seen him all his glory and how good we know he can play because he had a great loan at Alaves, and all the times he's been on loan, he's done very well. But right now he's not been given the opportunity to actually play to what we know he can play. So I mean, we're not going to be expecting Facundo Palestri to start tonight. No, but I mean it's going to be a lineup that we have to get straight in at Sevilla right from the first minute. All guns blazing, which is something Marcus Rashford gives us. So he's going to be a big miss, and I wish and I hope at the end of the day we end up winning, and then we go over to Nottingham Forest over the weekend, and we can win that, and then go to the Ramos Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium in Seville, and also win that as well, because we cannot afford to lose any games now because we're in the most critical part of the season. The most critical part of the season. So yeah, we definitely need to win against Sevilla tonight. Okay. So like I said, you give us your lineup. What you think? Eric Ten Hag is gonna be putting out, how well we can perform tonight against the 6 times Europa League champions. 6 times. That's massive. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times these guys have won the Europa League. They're specialists. They're like the Real Madrid of the Champions League. But I mean, we're Man United, the greatest team in the world. So I mean, why not? You always expect us to win. Whoever we're up against, you expect Man United to win. So yeah, I'm expecting us to win, and to win convincingly well as well. All right. So the next topic we have, just to digress a little bit from the game, is to something which is very important to us, which is the takeover right now. We've been waiting for this takeover to come, and we're tired of it already because we want to know what's happening in the summer. We want to know how much Eric Ten Hag is going to be having. Marcus Rashford is yet to sign a new contract. Our season, our plans for the summer is hanging in the balance because there are certain uncertainties and who is going to be buying a club. There's the guys from Qatar want to buy the club 100%, and now you're in the third round bid where everyone has to bid again, and then let's not forget Sergeant Radcliffe, who great guy, who wants to have 69% of the shares with the Glazers. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work because most United fans, well, we don't want the Glazers no longer. We need someone new. And I know the Glazers have been, cats walking, if I'll use that term. It's been a little bit slow. He had a lot of pace last month. They take over when it's happening, when it's not happening, and then at the end of the day, we found out that everything is a little bit slow. So I mean, I don't know how far, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but well, it's looking good because we're on the third round beating, and let's not forget the Finnish guy, Thomas Zikalus. And I mean, he had I don't want to say funny appeal of he's gonna be fan owned and all that. I don't know. I don't know how he intends to do that, but he's very interested, and I'm sure he's part of the guys bidding. And there's been some other informations about some new guys. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's a whole lot, it's a whole lot of stuff to factor because Manchester United has just been in the market, and we've had loads of buyers. Guys on about him. And let's not forget that Liverpool who were in the market, and no one was coming, and they're stuck with FSG. But we are Man United, and the Glazers were okay. We want to sell. We're interested in selling, and everyone is running. Everyone is interested. Everybody wants to make sure that okay, yeah, we have a piece of Man United. But I think most United fans are more welcome, more inclined to what the Qataris have to offer because they're buying the club 100%. And they have a structure where we expect them to spend heavily, invest in our stadium. I mean, there was the Euro 2028 bid, with England and Ireland, and Old Trafford was not part of the stadiums that was going to be hosting the Euros. I mean, there's Etihad, right? And then there's some other stadiums, Villa Park, Hampden Park in Scotland, and all that. The Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, Old Trafford, which has almost I think is the second biggest stadium. When I'm talking about capacity now, I mean Wembley's about 80,000 or so. I mean, yeah, 80,000. I don't know something about that. But Old Trafford is 70 something thousand, which is massive. But we didn't get the nod to bid because of a lot of uncertainties on the construction, and then our structures are old school. I mean, take a look at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I mean, what a spectacular stadium is, and that's what we hope the Qatari guys are going to be doing for us. I mean, like, we expect loads of investments in Carrington as well. Our training ground is like what? It's like the old cliff. I mean, it's a sorry state. No new facilities. I mean, one thing we're gonna give Cristiano Ronaldo props for is he said, I mean, like, our facilities are stone age, and I mean something needs to happen. Let's not forget the youth. The youth needs a lot of investment. Our women's team needs investment as well. So I think this is where the Qatari guys are coming in, and then they said they're gonna be very interested in our in the community, in the Manchester community, which is an integral part of the football club. So yeah, I mean, like, what do you think? Put your comments in the box. Who would you want to buy Manchester United? I have my own choice. I'll keep on saying it. I have my own choice, and it's definitely the Qatari guys because I mean, like, I love what they have to offer to us. In the grand scheme of things, all the investment and all. But some guys, or some people, might want Sir Jim Radcliffe, and some might also want the Finnish guy as well. I mean, I don't know. So you let us know in the comment box who would you want to buy Manchester United. Okay, so do not forget to put your comments in the box, and don't forget to like our page, rate our page, because then we have loads and loads of exciting information and gifts for you when you recommend our page to your friends, when you rate our page with your comments, your like, your interactions. We want to say, are you enjoying the show? I mean, what more would you like us to talk about? I mean, we are going to talk about United every time. I mean, like, this United fan page, and we're always going to be talking about United. So what do you want us to say? How, like, how can we make the show better for you guys? So let's not forget that we are playing the sixth-time Europa League champions tonight, Sevilla, and I'm expecting United every time to win. I mean, like, it's my team, and I want us to win. And I'm interested in how well we're going to play without Marcus Rashford, and how fast our attack is going to be. Val Vegas, I mean, he's definitely going to come in because I'm not expecting Anthony Martial to start the game tonight because of his injury problems and all that, and the fact that Eric Ten Hag is kind of like very careful with the medical team for Anthony Martial. So I'm expecting Val Vegas to start. Is he going to score because he's been I don't know, he's been awful in front of goal, but he's our player, and as long as he's here right on loan, just like Master Sabi said, they will always have our support 100% because right here we always support all the Man United players who done this very important football shirt. So, what do you think? Like I said, put in the comments, your predictions for the game. Is Marcus Rashford absence going to hurt us? And also, who do you want to buy Manchester United? Are you with the Qataris? Because your Qatar flag, or are you with Sergeant Radcliffe, or are you also with a Finnish guy, or do you have other guys, or do you even want to buy United? I certainly would not want to buy United, even if I would love to, because no, there are more important people who have the facilities to buy United, and good luck to them. So yeah, you let us know in your comments, and all that, and then we will get back to you. So it's been a blast previewing the game with you guys, and let's hope the next time I'm back with you guys, Man United, we'll be discussing how well we dismantle, what dismantling is. When you dismantle a football club, they wouldn't have an opportunity to even touch the ball. Yeah, that's what we want to do to Sevilla tonight. And I'm convinced because we have a great team, with great fans, great manager, and all that. So I'm expecting us to have a great game, and don your colors when you watch us tonight, and do enjoy the game. What are your predictions? I certainly am going Manchester United 3, Sevilla nil. So Manchester United 3, Sevilla nil. All right. Goodbye and have a great day. Bye.